Hi, this is Amy Walker, and I'm doing this video today from a webinar program because I want to actually be able to screen share with you a little bit and go through your brand brief worksheet with you. So the brand brief worksheet is a very important part of coming up with your brand. And I just want to walk through it with you, make sure that you really clearly understand everything that you're being asked to investigate into. So let's go ahead and pull it up here, share the screen. In your brand brief worksheet, you are going to be asked to fill out some questions. And let's just talk through them. And this is something that you have. It will be given to you as part of the program. So you can pull it up. You can simply fill it out and then make sure that you share it with us so that we can give you some feedback here. So in the brand brief, this is an activity that's going to give you clarity on the message that you want people to see, feel, and experience as your clients work with you. Why the brand is so important is because the brand is the first impression that your business makes. So we hear all the time, you have 7 seconds to make a good first impression. Not online. Online, it is fast. You've got literally seconds for them to get a feel for who you are and what you do. And they are gathering that through everything that they see from you. Through, if you're doing a video, how do you look in the video? How do you sound? What's the quality like? If it's a visual that they see, what do the graphics look like? Is it dark? Is it light? Does it look modern? Does it look dated? And so your brand is very important. This is, when we look at marketing, this is really the very first thing that they see because our brand infuses into everything that we do, our graphics, our messaging, the way that we present our products. So the brand is very important, and we want to take time to really go through all of this information. We're going to use it in a lot of places. So the brand overview, the first thing I want you to do is give me a clear 3-sentence explanation of who your business is, what it does, and what are the results that it creates. So here would be an example for me. Amy Walker Consulting is a business coaching company that teaches entrepreneurs about sales, marketing, systems, and leadership. We help our clients to create multiple 6-figure businesses. That's really clear. That's exactly what we do. Oftentimes when I hear people discuss their business, I hear things like, well, what is it that you do? Well, I'm an intuitive healer and I work with people to help them get through their blocks and improve their relationships and make more money and have more fun in life. And I just love getting in there with my clients. And I mean, it's like you go on and on and on, and it's so long that people are still like, oh, that's awesome. That's what they do. They smile at their head and they say, that's awesome. And then they're done with you because they don't understand. What do you do? What is the purpose? Why are we having this conversation? So really clear 3-sentence explanation of who your business is, what it does, and the results that it creates. Next, we're going to put in here our avatar. Now, we're putting it in here because this information, even though you've already got it from a previous week, put it in here into this document as well because you actually will be able to just send this document straight to a graphic designer or a web designer, and they will utilize it in order to help create the things that you want them to create. So make sure your avatar is in there for their benefit. And that's, again, when we look at the avatar, primary, who are we trying to reach? Secondary, who are we trying to reach? What motivates them? What are their fears, their strengths? What are their watering holes? Where do they hang out? And their ecosystems are, what are the other products or companies who are serving them? Demographics, age, gender, ethnicity. Now let's talk about your brand platform. So the brand platform is really important for you to get clarity from because, like I said, it's going to infuse into everything that you do. And the first thing is the brand purpose. So the brand purpose is why you exist. What is the purpose behind you having this business? If you Google brand purpose, here's the definition that it gives you. It is the unique benefit your business brings to the world. So why is it here? Why does Starbucks exist? Why does Coca-Cola exist? Why does Ford Motor exist? What's the purpose for it? And what's the unique benefit? So that's your brand purpose. Next, we are going to look at, on page 2, the brand promise. So the brand promise is, what do you pledge to your audience? What do you give to them? That's kind of a short answer. Let's Google it as well, brand promise. And you guys never underestimate the power of Google in teaching you things about your business. So here's a longer definition on Google. A brand promise is what the company commits to the people who interact with it. It's not a description of what the company does in a literal sense. It's a description of the company's character. To some extent, it's a mission, how the company creates and delivers value. So what are you going to bring to your clients? So for example, if we look at Amy Walker Consulting, you know what, let's go through them all and then, no, let's go through one at a time. Okay, so Amy Walker Consulting, we'll use this as an example. Okay, so Amy Walker Consulting, let's go back to our brand purpose. Why do we exist? We exist to provide business education geared toward entrepreneurs who desire to have balance in their family life. Okay, that's why we exist. There's a lot of other people out there. What's unique about us, specifically geared towards entrepreneurs, specifically people who also want balance in their family life. And I just got to throw in a side plug for there. Oh, if you've ever worked with a coach who doesn't work that way, you will know the value of that. Okay, brand promise, what we pledge to our audience. We promise to treat our clients with respect. We promise to honor your values and your, we don't tell you what you have to do. You tell us this is what I want to create, and then we promise to honor what you're trying to create and support you in that. We promise to offer you multifaceted support. So support in the form of video, support in the form of online community, support in the form of Q&A, support in the form of working with a live coach. And we also promise that when you experience challenging times, that we will be there to encourage and support you. So that's our promise. That's what we pledge to our audience, and that's the experience that they'll get from us. Then we look at brand values. So what we believe in and what we stand for is the short answer, and let's look at our Google answer as well. Brand values. Okay, the brand value, actually Google doesn't have a great example of that, so we'll just stick with ours. The value is, you know, what is it that you believe and you stand for? So my brand values are that I believe that entrepreneurship is the new American dream, and it is the next form of freedom. And so what we believe in and what we stand for is entrepreneurship, freedom, financial independence, women empowerment, families, and wealth. I believe in wealth, that as you create wealth, then you can serve on a bigger scale in the world. So that's my brand values. That's what I stand for. And then brand personality is, how do you wish to be perceived? So I was just talking with a good friend. We were talking about how different our tribes are. Okay, so she's a party girl. So her brand personality is like, she was showing pictures from her event. They're all wearing t-shirts and pajama pants because they are going strong till like 3:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm in bed. Like, I want to go home, hug my kids, kiss my husband, and go to bed. I don't want to stay up with you till 3:30 in the morning, you know? So her brand personality is very bold. It's very no excuses. It's very do whatever it takes. She tells me all the time, when I'm an entrepreneur, I work all. That's her brand personality. She's like, I'm an entrepreneur. There's no end time. What time do you need to talk to me? So that's her personality in her brand. That's not my personality in my brand. So my personality, how I wish to be perceived, is balanced, is value-based. I wish to be perceived as quirky and fun, but also a balance of, yeah, I'm quirky and fun, but also hardcore information. I don't want to be perceived as someone who's fluffy, who is all about the feel good. Now, I love the feel good, but you actually kind of have to get to know me a little bit more to know how much I love the feel good, because I think it's really important that people get the hardcore information. So that's my brand personality, is that we're about values, we're about balance, we're about being quirky and having fun, but also hardcore with our information. That's really how I want to be perceived. Then the next one that we look at is our brand voice. How do we communicate and where do we communicate? So our voice, we communicate online a lot. In fact, we communicate, almost everything we do starts online and then brings you offline. And there are some exceptions to that if you met me at a live speaking gig. But otherwise, you met me either through a blog post, or you met me through a webinar, or you met me through a joint venture expert summit. But there's somewhere that you met me and it probably started online. So that's our brand voice. We communicate a lot online. So get clear on that. Value proposition is next. This is where you're going to discuss what are the benefits that people get from interacting with your brand. So tangible benefits, these are the hands-on, rational things. So I'm going to keep using my business as an example. Tangible benefits that people get when they work with Amy Walker Consulting. They learn about marketing and they create a marketing system, and then they have lead flow coming in. They learn about sales skills and they increase their sales. They learn business skills that's going to increase their revenue, and they learn time management skills that's going to increase their time freedom, and other tangible benefits. If we're doing a live event, then they get a live event, the workbooks, the videos, the trackers that you get. Those are all tangible benefits. So I want you to think back when you were engaging with us to decide if you were going to do this program. We gave you our coaching programs so you could see the syllabus and everything that was included. All of those are tangible benefits. However, people don't only buy because of tangible benefits. There's got to be a balance between the tangible and the intangible. So the intangible benefits are things like no longer feeling frustrated in your business because you simply don't know what to do to create growth. That's an intangible benefit. Another intangible benefit is the feeling of peace and fulfillment that comes from having really strong relationships and not being financially broke all the time because your business is going really well. That's an intangible benefit. Another intangible benefit is, and this is one of my favorites, I love watching our clients when they come out, they are so confident. They know who they are, they know what they stand for, they know how amazing they are, and they are like ready to go and rock the world. So those are the intangible benefits. And people need to feel from you both in order to be able to make that decision that they want to buy from you. Next thing in there is your unique selling position. And we've covered this in a previous video. So you've got your unique selling position down. You simply need to put it in here. What makes you different? What makes you unique? I also want you to look at who else is in your market, who else is speaking this language, and how are you different? So at this point, I want you, because you're going to be sending this to graphic designers, to web designers, to other people that you're working with. So I want them to know who else is in the market, who's speaking that language, so that they can look at their stuff and see what's going on, and then talk about what makes you different, how are you different, so they can set you apart. You don't want your stuff to look copycat. You don't want to pull up your website and go, oh my gosh, I love this, and then realize that looks exactly like so-and-so's. So you want to be unique, but you also want to fit in your industry. All right, let's talk about now specific stuff for graphics. This is going to be so useful for your graphic designer. When clients see my graphics, I want them to experience these 3 messages. So when people see my stuff visually, whether that's a Facebook graphic or they see my website, I want them to, these are the 3 messages I want them to get: professional, fun, and female focused. So professional, fun, female focused. That's why my colors are bright. I use pink. Now, I do attract in male clients, but usually I go fishing for women and I happen to catch a few men in my net. And I love my male clients. They're amazing. And someone said once, well, why don't you like working with men? I'm like, I love my male clients. However, I feel called to work with women, and the men that come, I just know it's meant to be. Like, we're supposed to work together and they get great value. We have a great experience. In fact, sometimes my male clients are a little easier to work with than you ladies, but I feel called to work with women. So that's what I show from the very get-go. So color families that I believe communicate these messages. Now you're going to look at color families. So for example, jewel tones are going to show strength. They're going to show stability. They're going to show confidence. They can be kind of bold. Whereas like the pastels are going to be soft. They're going to be soothing. They're going to be nurturing. They're going to be feminine. Bold colors, like primary colors, are going to show, let's separate out primary colors from bright colors. So primary colors are going to show that your company is, it sends a message that your company is exact, you know, like we're very structured. This is, if you think of like Google, American Express, you know, these big types of very structured companies, they tend to use a lot of the primary colors. And it's just a solid, I don't know how else to explain, it's just solid. If you look at bright colors can be more fun, more vibrant, more vivacious, more edgy. And if you look at earth tones would be, you know, natural, healing, at one with the earth, kind of peaceful type of a vibe. So your color family is going to communicate messages. And that is something that there's a lot of information online. So if you want to learn more about it, just go and search for what messages color families communicate and start learning more about it. It's actually quite fascinating, and you want to make sure that you're sending the message you're wanting to send. Now, next thing you're going to do is you're going to be descriptive. I like designs that are, and give descriptive words: clean, feminine, simple, strong, bold, edgy, artistic. You know, what is it that you like about the graphics that you see? One of the best things to do to find graphics that you like is start doing Google searches and look for logos, right? Click in like professional logos, feminine logos, artsy logos, high-tech logos, and just click on the button that shows you the images and then see what is it that you like. I also like the website 99 Designs. They have in their portfolios, you can see a lot of different types of graphics. I think that's a great place to go as well, to just kind of get a feel for what is it that I like. So give them the descriptive words. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up websites that I like, and I want you to list why you like it, and at least 5. So I just recently got one of these from one of my personal clients, and oh my gosh, his websites were all over the place. So he had one that was like super, super simple. One that was like this like rock star, like it was a clothing one, and you've got like scantily clad women and these punk men, and they're like walking down a runway and dancing. And then he had another one that was like straight up boring. And I looked at those and I went, huh, interesting. So where I got the information from was why he liked it. So for example, the one that was very simple and clean, it was, I like things that are really simple and clean. And then the one that was like the rock stars dancing, it was, I like that it feels modern and trendy. So now I know he wants simple and clean, but modern and trendy. And then the other one that was super boring, he was like, I like that you know exactly what they do. And so even though the websites were all over the place, the fact that I knew what he liked about it helped me to go, okay, here's what you need to express to your web designer, and here's how you need to present it. Because if his web designer just looked at that and there was no explanation, he would have been just like me, like, huh? I don't know what you want me to do, because these are like 5 across the board, totally different websites. Okay, so we're going to do the same things with logos. 5 logos that you like and why you like them. Now the experience, let's talk about the experience. How do you create a unique experience for your clients and also for your team members? How is the experience in working with you different from working with someone else, if they were on your team versus on someone else's team? So for example, how do I create a unique experience for my clients? I love our community that we have. I think our community is awesome. We're supportive. I never feel any sense of competition or jealousy from our clients. Like, we just have this awesome supportive community where you can jump in, you can ask questions. There's never any snippiness. I mean, if you think about it, in the Business Mastery group, we've got 140 women in there. We have some guys in there too, but I've never seen anyone be rude to each other. I've never seen arguments break out. I mean, it's just so supportive and so encouraging and so engaging and interactive. So that's our unique experience that we create for our clients, is that they're part of a family. And, you know, I say that, welcome to the Amy Walker Consulting family, because one of the things that we do that makes the family feel is we don't kick you out. So when you're done with your program, we don't kick you out. And like, even things that are included in your program, and once your program is done, if we've got extra space available, we still invite you. So maybe we're doing a full day event and we've got room, and we'll just invite everybody and say, hey guys, you can come back, you know. And it just depends on space. We can't guarantee that all the time, but whenever we can, we don't like to kick you out when you're done. We want you to stay part of the family. So that's a unique experience for the clients. For my team members, oh my gosh, our corporate culture is amazing. So we are a no drama zone. We have no drama. And yet we are highly supportive of each other. So people don't bring their drama from home, but and they don't create drama with each other, but boy, do we get behind each other and support each other. We love working together. Even though we're all spread out, we're super tight-knit. And so that's the unique experience. Now, how we create it through things like Facebook groups. We create it through corporate retreats. We create that through our calls, the types of conversations that we have, how we communicate with each other. I mentor my team members, not like, I don't want people to get the impression that, you know, joining my team is a way to get free coaching from me, but I really do work with my team members and mentor with them and get to know them. So that's how I create that experience. All right, this is your brand brief. I hope all of it makes sense. Phenomenal information. Just like everything in this week, I want you to understand this is going to cause you to think. For me, and I'm not saying for everybody, but for me, branding was one of my biggest challenges. And just a reminder again, because sometimes people get stuck on this, they want it to be so perfect that they're not willing to move forward. Remember that we're like looking for an amazing pair of jeans. That's how I feel like your first brand should be. An amazing pair of jeans. You're going to invest in some time and energy into finding the right pair because you're going to wear it everywhere, right? And it's not a face tattoo. So it's not like if you start and you go, oh, you know, I feel this is a little off. It's not like you can't, you know, change the pair of jeans. So just don't stress too much about it, but do spend some time deep in thought, getting some clarity here. And I cannot wait to see your brand briefs popping up in the Facebook group so I can look them over, Heather can look them over, and we can give you, or whoever your coach is, and we can give you that information and feedback that you're looking for. Thanks so much, everyone.